Okay, now the last one, and one of my all-time favourites, braised red cabbage. I've taken this out of the Slimming World Christmas book as well, and I've just changed the cooking method a little bit just to add a bit more flavour to it. But this is absolutely gorgeous, and you can, if you want, when it cools down, serve it cold with cheese or with on your buffet on Boxing Day. It's really, really nice cold. All right, so let's get started. So in here, my pan, I'm going to add my garlic. Got spray oil first. Thank God for spray oil. Then I'm going to add my garlic. And my red onion. Now you don't have to use red onion, you can just use white or brown onions, but I like the red onion because they're a little bit sweeter and they just add a nice colour. So I've got my red onion in there. And some more spray oil. Just to help cook it. Now we don't want to brown this, but I want to soften it so that it's got some flavour to it. And I just quickly stir it round. And then as it starts to cook, I normally then add my red cabbage. Now the red cabbage, I've just sliced it up as really fine. You can have it chunky or fine, but I like it fine. I don't like it too chunky. And I'm going to fry that around as well, a bit more spray oil. Because I just want to add a bit more flavour to my cabbage. So just move it around. And you need to fry it off for a good 5 minutes just to soften your onions and your garlic and your cabbage. Just to add the flavour. Be careful not to burn it, because we don't want that burnt flavour. But the sugars that are in the onion and in the cabbage, the natural sugars, will caramelise. So you get that little bit of sweetness in there. So you need to, like I said, about a good 5 minutes to do that first. Then what I'm going to add is I'm going to add some apple. Now I've just taken the apples out of the garden, the last of them really for this year. But if you use a sweet apple, then you're adding the sweetness to the caramelised cabbage. So I'm just adding my apple. Now you can leave the skin on if you want. I'm not keen on the skin on it. But you can, if you want, leave the skin on because you're going to add more fibre to it. Again, frying that round because you're just developing the flavours. And it won't stick to the pan because you've got your spray oil in there. And if you just keep moving it around, it won't stick. Again, I don't want to burn it or brown it off, so just keep moving it around. And then I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. Now it's just got the flavour of red wine. There's no alcohol in that. If you have white wine vinegar or cider vinegar, it does the same thing. It's just a different flavour. And then I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of sweetener, just to balance off the tartiness of the vinegar. I'll just give that a stir. Try to keep it in the pan, not all over the cooker like myself. And what happens is the apples will cook down and thicken the juice, so you've got like a little bit of a caramelised sauce. Then I'm going to add a couple of bay leaves that I I grow in the garden. I just dry them. Again, lovely smell, great flavour. And that's it. And then I'm just going to pop the lid on the top and turn it down. Put it on. I'm going to put it on a lower heat. On there. I'm going to leave it on there for about 20 minutes and just slowly cook. So the steam that's in there and the liquid will help cook the cabbage and the onions. And about 20 minutes it'll be ready. And you can add cranberry sauce to it if you want, or fresh cranberries, but you have to sin them because they'll be, you know, you're adding sins to it. But that's what you've got at the end. It's gorgeous red cabbage and onions, and you've got your, don't forget to take out your bay leaf. I've just noticed I normally take it out at the last minute, keep the flavour in there as long as possible, and then serve that hot or cold on Christmas Day. Thank you.